Hello to all and welcome to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. So long as you don't own white pants, that is. My previous attempts at highlighting the insanity and stupidity of the internet have taught me terrible things over the years. Terrible things that one can sometimes smell through a phone screen or a computer monitor. Terrible and horrendous things that will change you as a person. I affectionately named this series The Funny Farm, since this is about lolcows specifically. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, keep watching. If you do, don't even bother with this video. This is just for the people who have no idea what horrors await them beyond this point, such as people with jobs and better things to be doing with their lives. I would also consider this introduction video a giant trigger warning because it's the only one you guys are getting on this godforsaken playlist. After this video, the rest will contain gross content, violent themes, and graphic stupidity. Viewer discretion is advised, and I would also suggest taking this opportunity to find something to throw up in. Maybe also even a poncho, because it's gonna get messy out there. According to Urban Dictionary, lolcow by definition is a person or community laughed at for the actions they take despite not trying to be funny. They may try to take themselves seriously, but are often milked for laughs or entertainment with or without their knowledge. And for those of you taking to the comments about how mean and insensitive that is, this probably isn't the web series for you. I'm talking about train wreck influencers who can't stay out of drama, celebrities who have fallen out of the limelight, and other nuclear fuck-ups who seem to be getting away with the damage they do to their communities and reputation with the content they put out there themselves for the world to see. In some cases, you get way more information than you bargained for. This can be for better or worse. Usually worse. While some of these are just communities of people that just need to find better friends or influencers who need to do some degree of self-reflection, there are some who are 100% irredeemable and somewhat deserve the negative reputation they have. Most of these are famous figures who were exposed for illegal activity or have a record of just being awful people in general, such as Andy Dick, James Corden, or Scott Adams. There are some cases where the lolcow is so ignorant as to straight up dox themselves by posting their actual phone number, home address, and other private or identifying information in public spaces on and offline. Places that type of information doesn't belong in the first place. And now, because they did this, they are now at the mercy of anyone who sees their content. Some, such as Chris, get taken advantage of and trolled into oblivion. As for others, people are just there to watch the lolcows spin their wheels in the mud on their next terrible ripoff movie, and proceed to laugh at the inevitable failure that results from their so-called creative process. Whatever the case, use your own discretion as to whether or not you should feel bad for a lolcow, because not all are created equal. While some are just internet weirdos people occasionally gawk at when something happens on their side of the world, others should have been in police custody years ago over what they are doing and have done. A good portion of them really deserve the reputation they receive as a result of their behavior, which may or may not include the past and ongoing mistreatment of fans, allegations made against the lolcow with or without evidence, to even slap fights taking place in an actual court of law. As to whether or not these slap fights are figurative or literal depends on why it gets attention in the first place. It also depends on the source of said information, which can become a lolcow in its own right. Since things like arrest records can be seen and found by the public, people can gain notoriety for the wrong reasons, which breeds a community of people who just gather to meme the crap out of everything they do for shits and giggles until they fall out of relevancy for whatever reason, be it a lengthy prison sentence or even their passing. Sometimes not even the sweet embrace of death can help a lolcow escape the reasons they're getting made fun of or referenced negatively, as seen with the Predators of TCAP or the Darwin Awards. Things can get dark, and not every cow is going to be your barrel of toxic sludge. How deep you want to go down the rabbit hole is entirely up to you. Lolcows involved in anything is like a car wreck. It's a tragedy that comes with gawking civilians for free. Some lolcows have straight up patterns of behavior that happen in cycles, which often wind up as memes within the community watch. Depending on how long the lolcow has been around, some of these cycles of drama are referred to as a saga and are used to mark time periods on the lolcow's track record. Other life events wind up becoming sagas themselves, such as a relationship made public, a financial crisis, or even a jail sentence. While some people find entertainment out of some dickhead or sealed package of dickheads who got their comeuppance as a result of their own actions, there are some you almost can't help feeling sad for, be it the lolcow themselves or those around them. And by the way, I'm also counting pets as those around them because not breaking news, a good portion of lolcows are irresponsible pet owners on top of everything else they're known for. Who would have guessed? It goes without saying that many of them shouldn't be parents either, but unfortunately there are some who are, and somehow they're still allowed to keep laying eggs. To those I say, listen, I know that welfare check is tempting and you're about to blow your load any second now. Is yet another squealing mandrake really worth the monthly tugboat? Come on, man, is it really? Is it really worth it? Think about this for a second. Is it really worth it? Some of the sympathetic ones everybody feels bad for sometimes become irredeemable over time as they decline. It's depressing to some while it's comedy gold to others. There's no shortage of basket cases who fake serious diseases, mental health conditions, or even the passing of themselves or others to elicit some desired response from their audience only to be exposed as a fraud later. Some even take advantage of other people's kindness on sites like GoFundMe with a pre-orchestrated sob story, be it because they suffer from a personality disorder or an addiction and refuse to seek help or accept help for their problems, since they don't put forth any effort towards bettering themselves as a person. Which basically means that there's no shortage of mutants to throw peanuts at, and it's okay to laugh when a notable figure gets in trouble for that crappy thing they keep doing. Personally, I love that for them. I would strongly recommend doing your own research and not form any of your opinions based on this series alone, as this is just my opinion on whoever I'm covering that episode based on the evidence I found. I would also recommend not contacting anyone talked about in these videos for obvious reasons. However, if you think authorities need to be contacted and notified of illegal activity, please do so on your own. Chances are they have a pre-existing arrest record and local police in their area are familiar with them and could probably use the tip. And a record means one of my favorite things ever, mugshots. Here's a brief montage of my personal favorites. I'm just making this series to both laugh at dumbasses and bring attention to the problems that they cause. And just because I make mention of a lolcow being a part of something, it doesn't mean the whole subculture is bad. The point of them being a lolcow in the first place is that a large portion of people in the same community make fun of them because of how they represent it in their content and actions. They're social outcasts for very valid reasons. They have no one to blame but themselves for their problems, but that's not going to stop a good portion of them from trying anyway. We might as well heat up a few Hungry Man dinners and enjoy the show. In this day and age, we have nothing to lose. In today's economy, it also goes without saying that you shouldn't give these idiots your money, because they're just going to spend it on whatever poor financial decision they're going to make next. Or just straight up scam it out from under you. It doesn't matter. Don't give them money. For anyone who is too lazy to read posts or short on time and wants something to listen to at your 9 to 5 to remind you that there are in fact worse things you could be doing for money, this series is just for you. If a friend sent this to you, it means they had to look at it and refuse to suffer alone. If this content somehow interests you, please subscribe. And if you support this questionable content, check out all the fun little links in the description below. Stay thirsty, my friends, and remember, your deity may not judge, but I do. Thanks for watching.